Why we react emotionally to the human form in photography. Why do certain images stop us for a moment? Not because they are loud, not because they are complex, but because something inside us reacts before we even think. This is especially true when viewing images of the human form. Our emotional response is almost immediate, and often, we don't fully understand why. To understand this, we have to look beyond photography and look at ourselves. Humans are biologically wired to recognize other humans instantly. The brain processes the human body faster than almost any other visual form. Not as an object, but as presence, movement, emotion. Even in a still photograph, we are not just seeing shapes. We are interpreting life. Posture becomes intention, gesture becomes feeling, stillness becomes meaning. This is why the human form carries emotional weight even without expression. A slight tilt of the head can feel thoughtful. A curved spine can feel vulnerable. A relaxed hand can feel safe. None of these are explicit messages, but the human brain is constantly searching for emotional clues. We do not see neutrally. We see interpretively. In nude photography, this sensitivity becomes even more pronounced, because when external signals are removed, our attention shifts toward something deeper. We begin reading emotion through structure alone. Light becomes emotion, shadow becomes emotion, space becomes emotion. The body becomes a language of feeling rather than identity. But there is another layer to this reaction. We also respond emotionally because we recognize ourselves. Not literally, but psychologically. The human form acts as a mirror. It reminds us that we also exist within a body. That we also carry vulnerability, tension, and presence. So when we view another human form in an honest photographic moment, we are not only observing them. We are also sensing ourselves. This is why some images feel intimate even when we do not know the subject. They bypass explanation and go directly to emotional memory. Photography does not need to describe everything. In fact, the less it explains, the more we feel. Ambiguity invites participation. The viewer begins to complete the meaning. And in that process, emotion is created inside the viewer, not inside the image. This is a key difference between visual information and visual experience. Information tells us what we are seeing. Experience tells us how we feel about it. The human form exists in that space between the two. It is both physical and symbolic, both real and interpretive, both external and internal. This is why reactions differ so widely from person to person. One viewer may see strength, another may see fragility, another may see stillness, another may see story. The photograph does not change, but the viewer does. This is the hidden power of emotionally charged photography. It does not deliver meaning. It activates it, and once activated, emotion becomes personal. Not fixed, not universal, but deeply individual. This is also why great photographers focus less on control and more on awareness. They understand that emotion cannot be forced into an image. It can only be invited. Through light, through timing, through composition, through trust. When all of these align, something subtle happens. The photograph stops being an object and becomes an experience, a moment of recognition, a quiet emotional response that happens before thought and lingers long after the image is gone. That is why we react emotionally. Because we are not only looking at images, we are encountering ourselves within them.